Hi there, this is Patty, the Tinkerer's wife, and we are here, of course, at Tinkerer's Paradise. This is Tuesday, early evening, and it is going to be raining starting tomorrow. So I thought I better get out here and give you a look at what's happening with the trees. Now, I only have a couple that are really coloring up. There's other ones in the neighborhood, and I wish I felt safe enough to really walk around in the neighborhood. Maybe I'll go for a drive later this week and show you some of the fall colors. We've really had a wonderful, beautiful color representation in our trees this year because we've had warm, sunny days and the chilly, cool nights that help to draw those sugars into the plant and get those leaves nice and bright. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to do a little update about what is happening here. Some of you may be curious, and I thought I'd just give some real quick things about that. But before the light gets any lower, I want to show you the trees. So let's go take a look at the trees. Now, one thing, there they are, aren't they beautiful? That one there is the redbud, and that is my vine maple, little native tree that we have here. Oh, and I want to welcome those of you that are here for the first time. Thank you for stopping in and checking out the channel. And I also want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel too. There's going to be a lot that I'll be talking about here. Right now we do the garden. We've done a lot of garden this summer. There's been a lot going on in the garden. And so, like everybody else, we get a little focused on what we're busiest at. But anyway, I wanted to thank you for coming. So please subscribe. And also, for all of you who are here, thank you for coming to the channel. And please hit that like button. And if you don't want to miss anything, go ahead and subscribe. That'd be good too. Now, once in a while, you may not get a notification from Facebook, listen to me, from YouTube because something with their algorithms will go wonky. But anyway, aren't the trees beautiful? I love these. I used to have a cutleaf staghorn sumac. There's little bits of it back there somewhere, still trying to come up. But I just so love these colors. I noticed there's a tree way over there in the neighbor's yard that's coloring up. That tree back there, that's our native large leaf maple. It has leaves that are bigger than the span of my hand, probably close to a foot across sometimes. They get to be huge trees and they're really beautiful, but maples here seed a lot. I've cleaned these beds and there's seeds. And there's another seed. So yeah, they do toss a lot of seeds, but they're not near as messy as the fir trees. The fir trees win hands down. Yep, they do. So you can see a lot of the seed pods that the helicopters, as we all called them when we were kids. So anyhow, I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's doing what. This is looking fantastic. I'll be having dinner out of this here pretty soon. That's the tree collard. It is that season when the rhubarb goes dormant. Oh, my soul is sad. Except for next spring, there'll be rhubarb. And that's in a container, so if I move, I can take that container with me. That was a good idea. Anyway, what you see in here, and those of you who've watched before, this is crimson clover, and I sowed it in here and then watered it in, and of course the water likes to send everything to the low point, so I might maybe or maybe not sow other stuff in there. I don't know. I might just let it go, see what happens. The scented geraniums are still looking fantastic. These leaves are really pretty on top of cherry pie, like as in the cherry pie filling. I talked about a recipe that I make that has those in it. The rocks. We have to visit this. For those of you who hadn't seen this before, this is my bee waterer. And the other thing I noticed is that the birds really love to come to this too. So this is just a tray that you put underneath a pot. It's a frost safe ceramic, so it's high fired, so it isn't going to break all to pieces, which is nice. So yeah, everything is really starting to look like fall around here. I was looking to see if I could find, there's another bright yellow tree across the fence. I like borrowing landscape from other places. Oh, this is getting ready to drop some of the older leaves. This is a Carol Mackey Daphne, and this is such a beautiful plant. It's really big. It would be taller, but she fell over, and I'm just leaving her because she's completely happy there. She doesn't need to have straight legs for me. Now, back here, I'm going to show you this. I need to take this and move it. That was what my husband made me for Valentine's Day. I've said that before, but I wanted to show it to folks who hadn't seen it yet. I think I might take that and hang it on my wall inside. I've got the new furniture, which I will be showing off one of these days. I have been on the prowl for, I'm going to sit down here. I've been on the prowl for a area rug that I can afford that would go with my furniture, and I figured if it was something that was a decent size that I might be able to take with me, I don't mind spending money on it, but I'm not going to spend $600 on a piece of regular carpet like you'd lay wall to wall and have it bound for more money and then delivered for more money and all of that stuff. I just can't do that. It's just not in the cards. So, because I wouldn't want to keep it. So I'm going back and forth trying to do these things. I have literally just about gone blind looking for a color that'll go with the muted teal of my chair and the charcoal that I have. It's a gray charcoal. It's a really nice color. This morning I got to sit in my chair. It's the prayer chair. I used to have a green one, but we have another prayer chair, and I'm so glad. I sat in it, and I was so grateful to have that chair. I had been suffering with the couch that we had for years. That couch went to a friend who really loves it and is so happy, and I'm very glad. And her old couch got to go be recycled. So we're all happy about that. Anyway, so that's just one of the changes. I'll show you the inside the living room and that probably when I get the carpet, maybe before, but probably when I get the carpet. Anyway, yeah, that's happening. I contacted a probate attorney yesterday, a very kind man who is going to help me through probably what's going to be, other than Ben's passing, the roughest waters I'll have to go through. So I don't want to make this the big focus of this because there's a lot going on and a lot of life still to be lived. Many of you know I lost him on August 22nd, for those of you that are new. So you can go back and look at the videos on that if you so choose. But anyway, I am doing well. This is just really hard work. Just getting through the day is hard work sometimes. And today I was out looking for area rugs, and after 2 stores I was literally exhausted. I can't explain other than it's the grief. I was exhausted. I hadn't been out that long, and for some reason I had to go into PetSmart, and I needed to find a spray that would keep the kitty from clawing the new furniture. And I guess that Miracle whatever stuff in the white bottle with the red label, they have a good spray, but the PetSmart was out of it. Well, what I didn't know, that in my just exhaustion, I had taken the carpet samples in there and I left them in the cart. Oh, Lordy. So I go over to IKEA. There's this big shopping mall. We have um, Home Goods and Ross Dress for Less and IKEA and PetSmart and Loft and Ann Taylor Loft, all these different places. There's places to eat. It's really a fun shopping mall, and it is like Christmas every day there. If you go there around noon on, it is packed, and you got to pray for a parking spot. So today, driving around, I stop at IKEA finally after going to look for a cat scratcher, which I couldn't get, and the spray, which they didn't have. Um, and I look for the samples and they're gone. And I'm just dumbstruck. I'm like, what? Oh, I had to leave them at Ross. So I quickly drove over to Ross and I am just shaking. I'm so tired emotionally. I'm just shaking. And I go, did anybody find them? And they got a picture of them and they were calling over the intercom and I was running around asking customers and so were they, and nobody could find them. So I went, well, I guess I need to go back to PetSmart and see if they have them, because that's the only place they could be, because they weren't in my van. So I go over to PetSmart and I walk in the door, and this one guy, God bless him, he's a gem. He's a sweet young man and he's very welcoming, and he goes, hi, how can I help you? And I'd seen him before. He'd actually helped me before, but you know how it is when you have customers and you get 7 or 10 customers, you might not remember the one that came in earlier. And I said, have you guys seen these upholstery samples? And he goes, upholstery samples? Oh, yes, we have them. You left them in the cart. And I said, oh, praise God. You know, and I was in tears before I left. I gave him a big hug, thanked him, and I was so grateful to have those. But I knew it was time to come home. So I come home. I'm so thankful. I'm just exhausted. Tears didn't last very long. I'm so grateful for that. And I spent an hour and a half online looking for more rugs. Now I came across 2 that I really like. And they're more money that I'd like to spend, but I know me and I know that especially this one is really going to work. So I'm very excited to get it, to see if I can get it on a sale this week. I don't know if I still can or not. We had Columbus Day sales. It might still be going on this week. I don't know. But I have to drive a ways to get it. Not very far, but in Portland, not very far is a ways because of all the traffic. So it usually takes longer than driving in the country. Anyhow, so I'm going to be doing that. Tomorrow, another realtor comes. This is a good friend of my brother's, and he's an old classmate of mine. I'm looking forward to seeing him and having him look at the house, and I should know, well, what is next. And after I see him, all the stuff goes to the probate attorney, and he will process it. He'll put in the request for probate proceedings, and the ball will be rolling. Honestly, this feels like I'm being shot out of a cannon. It really does. I told a friend, I wish I had a seatbelt. Do you have a seatbelt for this thing? I'm going to be flying. I'm going down the runway at 100 miles an hour. And no. She said, just sit back and enjoy the ride. She said, it's going to be fine. You'll be fine. And, you know, I can laugh at that now, but it was a little frightening yesterday, I have to say, after talking to the probate attorney and all of that. But anyhow, I just wanted to give you an update on how I'm doing. And obviously, I'm able to laugh. I'm not crying all the time when I'm talking about this, so that's a plus. We're making progress. Yeah, so I just want to thank you guys for joining me here at Tinkerer's Paradise. Thank you all you new people, and thank you so much everybody who's subscribed to the channel. I know that I went over this 500 mark. I went over the 700 mark, and I haven't had a giveaway yet. And for obvious reasons, you know, life is just overwhelming right now. I plan on doing a giveaway in the future. I'll have to gather something together to give away. I want to give a few people items, not just one person. I like to kind of share the love. So anyway, I just want to thank you all for joining me here, and catching up with me a little bit. I just appreciate all the support y'all have given me through this process, and look forward to sharing more with you and sharing what God does, because He's in the midst of this. His word to me always has been, I am with you. I can't say that without crying, because it's true. And it means the world to me. I couldn't do this without him. I couldn't do this without you, my support that he sends my way, my wonderful community. And so thanks again. My light is getting thin here, so I'm going to bid you all a fond adieu. I hope you have a wonderful week, and be watching. I may do that fall color video if we get a break in the rain, and I find a good place to shoot. So I'm going to be hauling this little camera and the thing I'm holding it with all over in the car this week, so I can get that for you, because it's really pretty here right now. I know y'all back east have good color, but we do have good color here in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest too. It just doesn't come quite as often and maybe not in the same hues as you have. Anyway, I'm just gonna say goodnight here, and this is Patty, the Tinkerer's wife, signing off. God bless.